Okay, we had just talked about forming formal commands, but we might want to not just tell somebody what to do, but what not to do. So if we want to make a negative command, it's pretty easy with the formal commands. All you have to do is write no, oops, is write no, no in front of the command form. So that's it. So if I want to say don't stay in bed any longer, no guarde cama más de 2 días. Don't cough during a concert, no tosan durante un concierto. Okay, so I'm going to put up my little boxes again over here. And so my endings are A, oh no. For it would be E, ES, E, EMOS, EIS, and EN. Okay. And for ER and IR verbs, it is A, AS, AMOS, AIS, and AN. Okay, so if I want to tell, if I want to say don't hire Carlos, then what I'm going to do here is say no, I'm going to put a no in front, contratar, and when I'm making my command, what I do is I want to put contratar in the yo form of the indicative mood, contrato a Carlos, okay? Well, now, given that I see that it's an AR verb and it's for usted, then I'm going to go over here to AR, I'm going to go down to the usted, the third person singular, and I'm going to make it contrate. So I'm going to say, no contrate a Carlos, okay? So let me, and I'll try to do, so I'm going to use these two and these two. Okay, so this is for usted commands, and these are for ustedes commands. Okay, and I knew what to do because, well, we'll go ahead and do the next one. So, okay, so salir ends in IR. Okay, and it's ustedes. So if I want to say don't go out tonight, I'm going to put my no in front. I'm going to conjugate salir, and it's an irregular verb in the yo form. I'm going to make it salgo esta noche. Okay, now knowing that it's an IR verb, I'm going to be looking over here. It's ustedes, so I'm going to be looking at the bottom. So I'm going to change my O to an AN. Salgan. No salgan esta noche. Ascender a Marta. So don't promote Marta. Okay, so I'm going to put my no in front. Ascender is an E to IE, so if I was going to conjugate it for the yo form, it would be asciendo a Marta. Okay, so if I look over here, it's an ER verb. Okay, that's going to put me over here. And it's for usted, so I go right here. If it's an ER verb, I'm going to put an A. So no ascienda a Marta. Okay. Okay, here I've got ser and I've got ustedes. Well, ser I can't put in the yo form. Ser is irregular in the subjunctive form. So what I want to do is figure out, well, how is it irregular? That is back on page, oops, wrong one. It's back on page 303. So I look at page 303 and I go down here. Here is ser. So my options are sea and sean. Well, given that I'm using ustedes, I'm going to pick sean. And I'm going to put the no in front, so no sean malos. Okay. Now, let's actually, so now we've got hacerlo, okay? So, you can, okay, the other thing they tell you, well, we'll skip this part. Let's go down here. Object pronouns, direct, indirect, and reflexive pronouns are attached to affirmative commands. With the added syllable, the command then requires a written accent. So when it's an affirmative command, you're going to attach your attach your pronoun and you have to add an accent mark. If it's a negative sentence, it has to go in front. So object pronouns go in front for negative sentences. Okay, and we'll go back and we'll do some practice with positive. So pronouns go in front of verbs when being used to make negative commands. Okay, and this is super important. Okay, so if we go over here, we have hacerlo ahora ustedes. So don't do it now. Okay, so how we want to write that is we're going to put our no first. Okay, and then our verb is hacer, and the yo for hacer is hago. Okay, but before I can do anything else, I still have to deal with that lo. Well, that is a object pronoun. I should have put object pronouns there, but anyway, so it's an object pronoun, and we're talking about reflexive or indirect or direct object pronoun. That is a direct object pronoun, so we're going to put it in front of our hacer. So no lo hago ahora. So now, since we're dealing with ustedes, and this is an ER verb, because remember, you can have pronouns attached to your verb, and if that's the case, just look beyond the pronoun to the verb. The verb is actually hacer, and it's an ER verb. So I'm going to look down here on the ER side, and since it's ustedes, I'm going to pick AN. So no lo hagan ahora. Okay. Llenar el formulario ustedes, and I'll go back to circling. So my verb is llenar. It's got an AR, and it's usted. Right? So I am going to say, and I want to tell you, don't fill it out. So I'm going to say, no lleno el formulario, okay? But because I want it in command form, I've already put it in the yo, I'm going to get rid of that O, and it's an AR verb, and it's for usted, so I'm going to go AR to usted as an E. So no llene el formulario. Here we've got dárselo al jefe, so don't give it to the boss is what you want to say, okay? And dar, so we've got celo, we've got a indirect object pronoun, and we've got an indirect object pronoun and a direct object pronoun. So what we want to say, and dar happens to be an irregular verb, so I want to go back out to, well, I know I'm going to put no, so let me start with no. Okay, then I need to figure out what to do with my verb, so if I go back out here, here's dar, and we're using the usted form, so we're going to use de. Okay, so I'm going to put no de, and then I'm going to take that celo, break it apart, and stick it in front. Because remember, when it goes in front, they're written as separate words. So no se lo de al jefe. Okay. Let's do one more. Leer los avisos clasificados. So you're telling someone to read So I want to say don't read the classified ads. So, and again, let's go back here first. Okay, so we've got leer, it's an ER verb, and we're using usted. Okay, so we're going to put a no first. Leo los avisos clasificados. Okay, so leer is an ER verb. I'm going over here. It says usted, so that's an A. So no lea los avisos clasificados. Okay. The other thing they tell you is if you want to use a subject pronoun with commands to emphasize, I mean, it's not, you don't have to use it because it's understood that you're telling somebody what to do, but if you do want to, they tell you that they go after the verb. So tenga usted cuidado. No fumen ustedes en el trabajo. So you could just say tenga cuidado, but if you want to say usted in there, you're going to put it right after the verb.